Hi there, and welcome to day 2 of this video series on mental health. My name is Shaileen Shah. I'm a happiness coach with Happy Life Habits, positively impacting people's happiness and well-being levels. So day 2 is looking at the impact of stress on our mental health and our overall health. In the day 1 video, we mentioned that the World Health Organization shares the definition of what mental health is, and one aspect of it was to be able to cope with the normal stresses of life. And another definition was the one that Mind had shared about handle stress and make choices. So these are important aspects where to live our day-to-day lives, we need to be able to do these things. And stress is something that can impact us. Stress, when it does impact us, can impact all 4 dimensions, not just the mental and the emotional, but also our physical and our spiritual. It can have an impact across all of those. Stress is an interesting one, and it's one which I have personally suffered with at a point in my life. It was during 2008 to 2010, working in financial services. It was part of it was during the financial crisis, but also a lot of it was where the demands that were being asked of me were greater than what I could meet. It was in the work environment, the role I was playing or doing what I needed to do for it. I didn't have the correct skill set or the training or the support in order to do that. So it had an impact on me where I wasn't eating sensibly, I was working very late, getting up very early, it impacting not being able to do exercise, not being able to think, and having this constant worry that I have to deal with all of these things and deal with them, and if I don't deal with them, I'm going to fail, and it's going to impact my career and all of these things. It was also where you're feeling you just got too many things to deal with and you don't know what to start with, what to deal with. So too much on your plate. And it got to a point where it became too much, and I needed to take time out from that environment and see the doctor and get signed off with stress. I'll share more about that story on the Saturday live session that we had as part of this series, and go into a bit more detail regarding that. But as I was saying, it was impacting my health, my sleep, it was impacting my social connections, not going out so often, getting more withdrawn, feeling a bit more ice, and not having that sense of no hope, and not seeing a way out, and not being able to focus or concentrate. So lots of demands coming in. Now, what I often share in the workshops that I do is it's like, when you consider this bottle of water, it's got 500 mils in there. Holding it for 1 minute, it's not a problem. Holding it for 5 minutes, not a problem. Maybe we can even hold it for an hour, not a problem. If you were trying to hold it for a whole day or a few days without putting it down, what we will find is our arms will ache, and perhaps we'll get chronic pain and we will suffer. The water hasn't changed, but us holding it is the issue. So if you consider the water to represent our stress, our worries, our concerns, that hasn't changed. But what it is it's holding on to it, the duration. That's the problem. So what we've got to learn to do is now and then put the bottle down. Take a breather, take a change, re-energize, refocus, and look after ourselves before we pick up the bottle. So that is an important part of stress, or dealing with stress. Stress in itself is not a bad thing. It's evolutionary response to when we feel threatened, and it pumps adrenaline and cortisol, stress hormones into our system to get our body ready to fight, flight, or freeze. So it's there to help us survive. The problem is when we get too many of these stresses coming in, and we're not dissipating the hormones, the stress hormones, and we're holding on to it for a long time. That is the problem. Stress can drive us, and a quote I'd like to share is, our growth is on the border of stress and challenge. Sorry, the quote is, our growth is on the border of support and challenge. Challenge is the stress, or can be the stress, and if the challenge is too big and we don't have enough support, we don't grow and we fall over or we break. So where the right challenge is there for our abilities and our skills and so forth, and we have the right support, whether it's people or training or or attitude, then we're able to grow and deal with that. And stress is one where we're stepping out of our comfort zone. That's why we feel it. Sean Acker, one of the researchers in the Science of Happiness, has shared that our brain on positive is 31% more productive than when negative, neutral, or stressed. So the challenge for you today is, like on the day one, make a video call, connect with someone. But with this one, the additional thing I'd like you to do is go outside, go for a walk, get some fresh air, do some exercise. So that helps to put the bottle down. And while you're doing that walk, take the opportunity to do the video call to someone and just connect with them and share perhaps what you've learned in this session, but also ask them how they are doing. If you are really suffering with poor mental health or challenges, please do seek out professional help from the Samaritans or the websites of Mind, the government, and NHS, which have got details on support services for mental health. And I look forward to seeing you on day 3, which is about thinking, overthinking, not thinking, all of these things which contribute to the challenges of mental health. And if you've liked this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. And if you want more information regarding the live on Saturday, or as well as any other services supporting mental health as well as happiness in general, have a look at happylifehabits.co.uk. And I look forward to joining you again on day 3 as we look at thinking. Now there's a thought.